Towards the middle of May, I took a trip from America to Sweden to visit my family and spend some time in my home country. I decided not to bring any art supplies with me because I knew that I was not going to end up using them anyway, and it was a good opportunity for me to take a step back from art and regain inspiration for when I would return to America to create again. I spent 3 weeks simply enjoying life and relaxing, and it was a lovely time, and once I returned to America, it was time to get back into making art again, which I had really been looking forward to, but of course it didn't go as planned. Hi! I just got back from Sweden like 4 days ago, and I tried to make art for the first time yesterday, and I made this sketchbook piece and I was not happy with it at all. It was not fun to make, I don't like how it turned out, and I was just feeling like so discouraged and rusty. And then today I finished this other piece on the other page of some pancakes that I started before I left, which I think turned out really cute. But I'm just like at this point right now where I'm like, I don't really know what to make art of, and I do feel kind of inspired, but I don't have anything like specific that I know that I want to make art of, which is making everything kind of difficult, and I haven't made art for like 3 weeks. So feeling a bit rusty, but I'm gonna try to like figure out something. And I don't know, maybe I'll like plan for a piece or just like do some stuff in my sketchbook. I'm not really sure what to do, but yeah, I'm just gonna like try to make some sort of art, and I guess we'll see what I make. So I decided to make a painting of this cake, and this is not my photo. I found it in a group that I'm in. Basically they have like a bunch of royalty-free photos that you can use, and it's like from a bunch of people who just send them into the group. But anyway, recently I have been doing a lot more personal art, but once I got back from Sweden I was just like, I wanted to do something simple because, as I said, I felt very rusty and I felt like I couldn't make art anymore, which is the most typical thing ever, because I feel like a lot of artists go through it where if you stop making art for a little bit, it feels like you just forgot how to do it. So I had to just do something very simple to get back into it, and this painting looked like so freaking ugly in the beginning, and I think I worked on it for like on 2 different days. I definitely put in more effort than I thought I would, but it required a lot of effort for some reason. But it was a really good piece for me to just get back into making art, because as I said, I was struggling with that, and it's just always so difficult when you take a break and then you try to make art again. But I was definitely excited about making art, so I just like needed a little bit of a push to get me back into it again. I think it's important to have realistic expectations with your art, and to know that not every single thing that you make is gonna be something that you love or something that's like the most enjoyable thing ever. Like obviously the goal is to have fun with art and to enjoy it, but it's just not always going to be like that. And so sometimes you kind of just have to push through and make art that might not feel as enjoyable as certain pieces have before, and they might not turn out as satisfying as the stuff that you've created before, but it's just part of the process to go through that. And I understood that when I made this piece, even though I was getting pretty frustrated. But yeah, as I said, it looked so bad in the beginning, and I feel like I kind of didn't want to post this video because it just like looked so boring, but I promised that it actually turned out really cute in the end. So please stay to watch the whole thing. Anyway, I was just like struggling in the beginning. Nothing was looking good, and it literally didn't look good until like the very last thing that I did to it, which is kind of insane. And here I am just taking a food break, and I'm gonna talk a little bit about the painting. Okay, so I just took a bit of a break to eat, and now I'm gonna continue on this. This is what it looks like so far. It's honestly like such a boring painting, but whatever, it's kind of what I need right now. It is looking pretty realistic, which I'm not like the biggest fan of all the time. I really enjoy realistic portraits, but I'm also like just doing realistic paintings by habit at this point. I'm not sure that that's what I want to do, but it's what I'm used to doing, so I feel like I can't really like do anything else, if that makes sense. But yeah, this painting is obviously just to serve as like a way to help me get back into making art, so it's not like the biggest deal. But it's not like my favorite piece ever. I still have a lot of stuff left to do, so I'm gonna keep working on it, and that's it. See ya! So I only worked for it a little bit after I had food, and then I probably just got too tired because I ate, and that was probably a mistake. But also remember to eat when you make art. Take breaks. Anyway, so I just worked on it for a little bit. It wasn't really making any good progress, and I was getting a bit frustrated because I was like, have I lost my ability to make art? And that is kind of stupid to think, because I've made art for I don't even know how many years at this point. It's been a lot of years. So I doubt that 3 weeks is gonna make me forget how to make art, you know? But that's just like always how I feel if I take a break for a bit longer than just a few days. But yeah, I wasn't really making any good progress here, and so I decided to just call it a day and do something else, because it was just not really getting anywhere and not looking good at all. So then me and my boyfriend went to the beach the day after that, and it felt really good to just like not make art. Even though I probably really needed to make art because I'm like trying to get back into it. But I think it's important to not push yourself too hard and to remember to like live life, you know, and take breaks and do things that you enjoy and then get back into making art again. So I spent the day at the beach, and then the day after that I got back into making art again, and I was feeling a lot better and a bit more confident with my painting abilities. So this is the day that I finished the piece, and I definitely felt a lot better making it the second day. I think that maybe I forgot that it takes some time to make art, even when you're doing like a sketchbook piece, and even when you're just painting a simple cake. Like sometimes you gotta split up the art sessions and do it in more than one day, even though you probably could do it in one day. It feels like a lot of pressure to finish it in one day, and I think that gouache paint is also the kind of technique where you gotta do a lot of layers and you have to clean your palette constantly, and it's just like, I think that's what makes it take so long. So I'm glad that I was able to take a break and come back to it. But yeah, then on the second day, as I said, I finished the piece and I added a pink background, and that's when I started to feel a bit more confident in this painting. And then once I had added the pink background, I got this vision of what I wanted to add to the background, like more stuff that I wanted to add to the background. That was like the last thing that I did, which obviously we haven't gotten to that part yet, but that's what really like pulled the piece together. And it was not like anything important that I made, but I'm still like so happy that I didn't give up on it, even though it's like not even that special and it's not the cutest or anything like that. It just feels good when you're able to like pull through and show yourself that even when it's looking a bit crappy, you can still make it look good. And sometimes you just gotta give it some time and just put in the effort, and eventually it's gonna turn out good. So I'm really happy that I was able to do that, and I feel like that's what I needed to get back into making art, because since I made this piece, I have made I think one more piece in my sketchbook, and I know that this piece is what helped me regain my confidence and remember that, oh, I actually do know how to make art. But yeah, as you can tell here in the end, I added some like figures with colored pencils, which is the idea that I got that I knew would pull the piece together, and it definitely did. And then I added some outlines with the colored pencil to the cake, and it turned out really cool. I really enjoyed the piece, and I feel like I keep repeating myself, but I'm just really happy with it, and I'm proud of myself for not giving up. So yeah, that's pretty much all that I wanted to talk about in this video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you'll have a good rest of your day or night or morning, and hopefully I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.